Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. Really appreciate you all being here. I've got an update for you regarding the Yemen Houthi situation going on down near the Red Sea. So this is kind of a continuation video to my Houthi update that I put out yesterday. And in yesterday's video, I let all of you know that it looked like there was some airstrikes going on in Yemen. But at the time of recording, there were no actual mainstream media updates or any articles coming out at the time that there was airstrikes going on in Yemen. I just found some video footage on the internet that was showing that. So I wasn't able to actually confirm that these strikes were happening. But yes, it does look like soon after I published that video, we did have confirmation that this was the 8th strike, okay? The US and the UK have both conducted their 8th strike on the Houthis. So yeah, it was a pretty big operation. We'll get into that here in just a second, and we'll talk about that. But I wanted to show you something real quick. This is just like a video of our F-18s that are taken off from this aircraft carrier. I thought it was kind of cool. These were actually some of the aircraft that were launching off of this aircraft carrier prior to, conducting these strikes. So I thought I'd show this to you, and we'll just kind of check this out real quick. There you go. So I thought it was kind of cool just to kind of share that with you and just showcase the true power of the U.S. military. For those of you that may not know, these are I believe these are F-18s, or it might be F-16s, one of the two. But these are some of the aircraft that are taken off, and it's really cool, and it's enjoyable to see the power of our military. So I thought I'd share that with you before we get started. And let's see here. So I've got a CENTCOM press release here that's talking about the situation that happened yesterday with this 8th strike. So we'll go over this. So U.S. Central Command's website. So yeah, as of yesterday, January 22nd, U.S. forces allies conduct joint strikes in Yemen as part of an ongoing international effort to respond to increased Houthi destabilizing and illegal activities in the region. On January 22nd at approximately 11:59 p.m. Sanaa time, U.S. Central Command forces alongside UK armed forces and with the support of Australia, Bahrain, Canada, and the Netherlands conducted strikes on 8 Houthi targets in Iranian-backed Houthi terrorist-controlled areas of Yemen. These strikes from this multilateral coalition targeted areas in Houthi-controlled Yemen, used to attack international merchant vessels and U.S. Navy ships in the region. The targets included missile systems and launchers, air defense systems, radars, and deeply buried weapon storage facilities. I thought that was interesting. So it was a pretty massive attack. They hit, several different types of equipment and missiles and launchers and things like that. But I thought it was very interesting to see that they attack these storage facilities, because I haven't seen them report that, and I actually said that in one of my videos recently on a Houthi update that I did, and I was mentioning, why are they not going after these weapon facilities? Because they've got to be storing them somewhere, and then whenever they store them, they bring them out to the launch sites and then launch a few of them, and then we hit those missiles and take out 5 or 10 or 15 of them, but we need to go after the stockpiles, and it looks like they're finally doing that. So I thought that was kind of interesting to see that. These strikes are intended to degrade Houthi capability to continue their reckless and unlawful attacks on US and UK ships, as well as international commercial shipping in the Red Sea, Bab el-Mandeb Strait, and the Gulf of Aden. These strikes are separate and distinct from the multinational freedom of navigation actions performed under Operation Prosperity Guardian. So there you have it. That's the latest there on these strikes. So yeah, we hit 8 Houthi targets inside of Yemen. It looked like it was a pretty massive attack because yeah, they hit missile systems, launchers, air defense, radars again. Looks like we've been going after a lot of radars, and deeply buried weapons storage facilities. So again, another massive attack here inside of Yemen. And I also have a video here that I want to pull up also to show you. Give me one sec and we will show you this. So these were the attacks inside of Yemen. And I actually found this footage here just yesterday. I found it and I showed it to you guys on my video. And this was when it was unconfirmed. The reports had not been confirmed yet that these strikes were ongoing. And there was claims that this was happening at the airport. So I don't think it was the airports that were hit, according to U.S. Central Command. This is not the airport, but I'm speculating on what this is. This almost looks like some buildings here. So go ahead and take a look and listen up here, and we'll talk about it. All right, so you can definitely hear multiple strikes going on there. You can hear the bang, 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 like the multiple rockets hitting at different times. And this whole place is just lit up like a Christmas tree. It looks like there's some buildings here. I'm not sure if those are buildings or not or what that is, but it looks like they have like outlines of, you know, maybe they are buildings and something's being hit there. I'm not sure. And maybe the lighting is just coming from the explosions that are going on over there. I have no idea. But yeah, I thought I'd share that with you. Those were some of the strikes that were going on there during that time. And also, I got another article here for you. It's kind of talking about similar stuff to what we see from CENTCOM, but a little bit extra information. So this is from Department of Defense. U.S. partners launch additional strikes against Houthi military targets. Joint strikes were a second round of precision strikes to be carried out by the U.S. and United Kingdom with support of Australia, Bahrain, Canada, and the Netherlands in response to a series of attacks launched by the Iran-backed group against commercial ships operating in the Red Sea. The latest round of U.S.-led strikes include 8 Houthi targets, including an underground storage site and locations associated with rebel groups' missile and air surveillance capabilities. They follow similar joint strikes on January 11th by the U.S.-led coalition targeting command and control nodes, munitions depots, launching systems, production facilities, and air defense radar systems used by the Houthis to carry out attacks against vessels operating in international waters. These precision strikes are intended to disrupt and degrade the capabilities that the Houthis use to threaten global trade and the lives of innocent mariners, and are in response to a series of illegal, dangerous, and destabilizing Houthi actions since our coalition strikes on January 11th, including anti-ship ballistic missile and unmanned aerial system attacks that struck 2 U.S.-owned merchant vessels, the partner nation said in a joint statement following the strikes. So, again, this looks like it was a pretty massive strike, not as big as the one we saw just about a week ago, but this was, again, a pretty heavy strike on Yemen again. So, as I've been telling all of you, this is going to continue. We're probably going to get up to 10, 20, maybe more strikes before this whole thing is done and over with, because the U.S. is going to continue suppressing Yemen and protecting the Red Sea while Israel is still down in Gaza right now. There's actually a lot of information coming out on Israel. And I'm going to be doing a video here pretty soon to update you on what's going on over there, because Gaza's getting pretty crazy. There's lots of calls for trying to end this war over here and try to at least get a ceasefire going. So I'm going to do an update on that pretty soon and let you all know what's going on over there. But I've got one last thing here to show you real quick. And I think this one's very interesting. This is about Ecuador. So this is another CENTCOM statement, press release that was put out. And Ecuador looks like they're going to be joining this combined maritime force in the Middle East. So I'm assuming they're going to be getting involved with the US and the UK and all these other countries in protecting international shipping lanes. I don't think they're necessarily joining the Operation Prosperity Guardian, mission, but they are getting involved over here in the Middle East. So I thought it was interesting because I just did a video recently on Ecuador, and Ecuador is currently undergoing basically almost like a civil war, and they have rival cartel gangs down there taking over the country, taking over prisons. There was a group of men who took over a radio station and was trying to put out a message to the people there in Ecuador. So there's massive panic and stuff going on down in Ecuador right now, and it's really not good over there. And their government, along with the military, is trying to fight back against these cartels and retake their country. So, yeah, I thought it was interesting that Ecuador is getting involved in this, even considering all that going on down there. So, on January 11th, the combined maritime forces welcome Ecuador as a 40th member of the world's largest maritime security partnership. Ecuador joining CMF only makes us stronger, said Vice Admiral Brad Cooper, the CMF commander. This growing international naval coalition benefits mightily from having Ecuadorians standing shoulder to shoulder with other CMF nations, dedicated to maritime security and stability in the Middle East region and protecting some of the world's most important waterways. I look forward to being ready together with such maritime professionals. CMF is comprised of a headquarters staff and 5 combined task forces focusing on defeating terrorism, preventing piracy, encouraging regional cooperation, and promoting a safe maritime environment. The naval partnership upholds the international rules-based order by supporting security and stability across 3.2 million square miles of water, encompassing some of the world's most important shipping lanes. So there you go. Yeah, it looks like Ecuador is going to be joining, this combined maritime force over here in the Middle East, and they're going to be getting involved over there. So yet another country trying to protect international shipping is how I see it. I think that's the main reason why they're getting involved, because there's a lot of countries that are concerned that if we don't protect this shipping lane here in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden, that we're going to have big problems here around the world. And I've already been reporting on this for a while to let all you know that it's affecting global shipping big time. Okay, we're having increases in fuel prices. There's lack of ships available now due to this problem going on down in the Red Sea, and everyone can pick their side and say who's right and who's wrong in this conflict. But at the end of the day, it's a major problem for you and I, and no matter where you live, because global shipping affects everybody. Everyone gets affected by this. So that's going to be the latest that I have on the Houthi situation for you today down in Yemen. If any other information comes out, I will definitely update everybody. But aside from that, if you enjoy this video, please like the video and also subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell if you enjoy my content. We do put out several videos like this every day, and I try to keep you the most up-to-date as I possibly can. So thank you so much for joining me today. Really appreciate you guys being here. Hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care. God bless, and we'll see you all later.